Hi everyone. It's hard to believe that it's week 6 already. John Savage in Sound It Out, Phonics in a Comprehensive Reading Program states, "Writing and reading have much in common. Reading involves decoding, writing involves encoding. Both rely on knowledge of sound symbol relationships. Reading requires recognition of written symbols. Writing involves production of these symbols. Readers have the context of an entire passage to assist them in pronouncing a word and understanding the meaning. Writers take words and put them into context." Wow. That's a mouthful of important information. The question is, how does it transfer to instruction? What does it mean for teaching writing and spelling? Back in week 1 or week 2, you administered a spelling inventory to the student you're working with. You were to determine what spelling stage the student placed in based on the data of the assessment. Students placed in various stages. For example, some students were in the middle letter name alphabetic, some were in the late name letter alphabetic, or early within word, middle syllables and affixes, or early derivational relations. You looked at the spelling feature within the spelling stage the student needed to work on and found activities to use with him or her in your tutor sessions. You have also been having the student write on self-selected topics during your tutor sessions. What are you seeing in the writing samples? Have the activities you selected based on the spelling feature helped the student master that feature? Are you seeing the evidence in the student's writing? If you are, then the student is ready to move on to that next feature. If the student isn't showing mastery of the feature in his or her writing, then we need to step back and look at the activities used and also your instruction. Was your explanation clear enough? When we are talking about word study, you want to state the principle, the feature that you're looking at very clearly. For example, if the feature that the student needs to work on is digraphs, a principle would be consonant digraphs stand for one sound that is different from the sound of either of the consonant letters. GH and PH, as in the words rough, phone, telegraph. I'm going to say that again. You want to state the principle, the feature that's being looked at very clearly in as few words as possible so that the children can clearly understand it. If you're talking about consonant digraphs, you might say consonant digraphs stand for one sound that is different from the sound of either of the consonant letters. GH and PH. It makes one sound in the word rough, phone, telegraph. Well, this week, you'll explore a workshop approach to writing and spelling by examining writing samples and playing with words. We want students in our classrooms to become word detectives. We want them to notice features of words throughout the day, not just during your literacy block, but throughout the day. Be sure that you read all of the introduction and the presentation for this week. So by the end of the week, you will examine spelling within the context of the writing process. You will use a continuum of development to inform instructional practice. That would be the spelling inventory. You will become a wordsmith by exploring morphemic and structural analysis of words. You will examine Greek and Latin roots, and you will collaborate with each other via the discussion forums to further your own knowledge. Reading assignment this week is Chapter 6 in Word Identification Strategies. There are also some articles here. This is Word Study, Working and Playing with Words. And these links all do work. I have already checked them, so hopefully when you click on them this week, they will work for you too. This is Word Study, Learning Word Patterns, and Word Study Activities from Words Their Way. Here are some other internet resources for you to click on. Okay, 6-1, developmental spelling stages. You're going to select 2 pieces of writing that you have had your student do in your tutor sessions. You're going to use a developmental spelling stage descriptor from a website that you have chosen to determine word study instruction for your student. You're then going to post the 2 writing samples along with 2 word study activities that you would do with your student and the rationale for doing them. If you have questions, please ask. Let me repeat that. You're going to select 2 pieces of writing from your student. You're going to use a developmental spelling stage descriptor from a website that you have chosen. And you're going to attach 2 word study activities that go with that spelling stage and the rationale to use those with your student. Again, if you have questions, please ask me. Forum 6-2 is word explorations. After reading Chapter 6 in our text, choose a category under structural analysis. You're going to research the category, finding websites, lessons, books, activities that would be appropriate for that category. You're going to create another Pinterest board, very similar to the one you did in week 5. Please make sure that you have a clear explanation of the category and no less than 20 pins on your board. If you have questions, please ask me. I hope that you are all looking ahead to week 7 and week 8. In week 7, you are having that word study lesson plan, which obviously the work that you're doing in week 6 is going to be of great help as you develop that plan in week 7. If you have any questions, please ask me. Thank you.